Hello everyone, welcome to my channel DataWaz. Here I will try to examine raw datasets from various sources to draw conclusions about the information they contain. I'm going to use my data analytic techniques to take raw data and uncover patterns to extract valuable insights from it. I will provide a link to my Tableau public profile for assessing the storylines, and if you enjoy the content of my channel, please hit the like button and subscribe. For this episode, I've chosen a video game sales dataset from Kaggle and will try to do an exploratory data analytics on it. I will provide the link to the raw dataset below. This dataset contains a list of video games with sales greater than 100,000 copies. There are around 16,598 records in this dataset and has been scraped via beautiful soup using Python from vgcharts.com. The dataset also contains 11 columns, including the rank of the video games based on copies sold, platform or consoles information, genre, publisher, global sales, North American sales, European Union sales, Japan sales, and sales in other regions. So this is the video game sales dashboard. This is the most popular video games genre tree map. The tree map is a better representative compared to a pie chart as the information are clear and also visually more aesthetic. From here we can see that action games are at the top with 20% followed by sports at 14%. These two top genres combined made up more than quarter of the sales for video games. From this consoles graph, we can notice that Nintendo DS and PS2 were very close as the most preferred consoles for playing video games. As of 2016, all Nintendo DS models combined were the best-selling handheld consoles. Last but not the least, the publisher games graph represents the top 20 publishers of video games in the world. Namco Bandai Games are by far the best video games production company. Now let's look at how the video game genres evolved over the years. From these graphs, we are able to see the growth of individual genres as well as make a comparison among the different genres over the time period. We can clearly see that action games has always been the most sold genre from the beginning, reaching its peak in 2009, followed by 2012 and 2015. Another observation from this graph is that strategy games are the most recent invention among all other genres, but have picked up popularity pretty fast. However, the most interesting observation or insight from this dashboard is that most genres of video games experienced its peak sales growth during the time period of 2008 to 2010. These 2 years have been revolutionary for the video games industry. Moving forward, we can observe that action games are more enjoyed by people in North America and the European Union regions. Gamers from these regions have enjoyed playing action games since the year 2002, with North America experiencing more percentage sales than the global sales, and the European Union experiencing more than the global sales in the year 2011 to 2014. Japan, on the other hand, experienced an exceptional sales of 10%, which was more than 6% of global sales in the year 2014. One of the reasons for this sudden increase in popularity for action games was the release of the Souls series and Bloodborne video games, which are referred as one of the greatest games of all time in the region. A closer look at the publisher graphs revealed that Electronic Arts, referred as EA Games, are the best producers of video games of the sporting genre. Japan again experienced a huge increase in sales, more than the global sales, for sporting games in the year 2003. This increase was one of the aftermaths of hosting the FIFA World Cup in the year 2002, along with other big achievements of Japanese athletes in the sporting area around that period. Namco Bandai Games and Konami Digital Entertainment produces games which are exclusively for PlayStation consoles. The top 4 consoles for games produced by these two publishing houses are from the PlayStation, as it can be seen here in this graph. These two publishers have enjoyed the most of their sales for video games in the European Union market, with the exception of North America in the year 2001. The last observation that I wanted to make was the performance of PC consoles in the video games industry. PC was the most preferred console for strategy games, followed closely by action games. EA Games and Ubisoft were the best performing publishers for producing PC-compatible video games. However, the most astonishing insight was from the Japanese market in the years 1997 and 2004. This market experienced around 50% more sales compared to the global sales in these 2 years. One of the reasons for this is the release of the strategy games Age of Empires in 1997 and War of Warcraft, along with Sims 2 in 2004. Compared to the Japanese market, the North American and the European region enjoyed growth in sales for PC video games more recently in the year 2011. So, these were some of the insights I was able to derive from the video game sales dataset. Overall, the Japanese video game players seem to be more reactive to events around them, and this influences their buying habits. Also, it can be safely concluded that video game players in Japan tend to binge play video games. I would really appreciate your feedback in the comment section and hope to see you again in my journey working with data.